Super Billiards Expo 24 recap tonight on the Tang Clan. Hey guys, what's happening? Thank you guys for being here. Welcome back to another fun-filled show. Last week, those of you lucky enough to be in the Philadelphia area, East Coast, we had the Super Billiards Expo 2024. A few things have changed this year. It's now a WNT points-paying event, so there was quite a bit of professionals, more professionals there this year than there's been over the past. In the past, the pro side of the tournament has had its ups and downs, but really what the Expo is for is about product. This is such a massive place. It's like two Walmart supercenters, one, filled to the brim with, pool billiard companies and their stands and everything, and then the other half is the amateur side. All the they call it the Rally in the Valley. It's the tap league finals, nationals, and amateur pool side. So this thing is massive, and if you're into pool, this is the place to be. I've been lucky enough, ever since we came back to the East Coast and been in the Philly area, I've got turned on to it, and I've been an attendee ever since. It's going back to 2018. And one thing I like to do to commemorate, going to these things is just any little something for me. I've been grabbing a lanyard, 18, 19. Obviously, for COVID, they canceled it in 20 and 21. So you get 22, 23, 24. I wrote about this on my stories. This is just the reminders of the positive stuff and the fun stuff that I get to do. I know many of you know my story. I used to be a addict, drug addict. I spent 15 years of the prime of my life, as a functioning addict. So once I got clean in my early 30s, things started happening. I do good, and good things happen to me. So that's one of the many blessings that I get to participate in now that I'm walking the line. Anyway, Super Billiards Expo, like I said, it's been kind of different. I don't know if I heard from a couple people there might be a little bit of pricing difference because the booths, although still massive, some of the larger companies still have massive booths, but everything seemed like it was kind of cut in half this year, and maybe that's to make room for all the extra stuff, booths, new products added, but it just seemed like things were scaled down a bit this year, but still awesome. I still love going to that with all my heart. I originally planned on going one day, which was Thursday the 11th, but through a game of chance, I won a bet with my father, and he actually wanted to go on the Sunday. So me and my father went on Sunday, and it's a good thing I did because a friend of mine, Roy, who is the creator of Magic Rack, he wanted to come down. He had some things to show me at his booth. He was sharing a booth with Zen Custom Cues, and you'll see my footage later on. But those are the most awesome cues I've ever seen, hands down. I was talking to the guy Anson, who was running the booth there for them, and 6 months to make these cues. They had cues there, $20,000, $22,000. Obviously, they make something for everybody, but they had these amazing cues, in the 20s, 20,000s. Amazing. 24 karat gold, abalone, pearl, all these different materials in there. Very intricate details. Like I said, you'll see in the footage, but that was the highlight for me. I went around kind of incognito and did my thing. Just getting footage and talking to the people I wanted to talk to. But that was the highlight for me. Roy's a good guy Roy from Magic Rack. He's always been so good to me, and I'm a total fan of his products. So that's a good fit. But he turned me on to these Zen custom cues, and they blew my mind, man. It's once again, you'll see in the footage, and I hope if you got that money to spend, that you spend it with them, because they will build you a cue that is like, you know, Wyatt Earp's pistol, you know, Luke Skywalker's saber, you know, that's the thing to have. So anyway, I shot some footage on my GoPro. We're going to go into that. I'm going to voice it over POV style, and let's quit the yip yap. I'll take you through it. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're walking in the doors to the 2024 Super Billiards Expo. Right off the bat, there's world famous Bellina Mike. All right, we're walking in, and this is like a carnival for pool players. Boom! Opens up. Right off the bat, you'll see like the big names of the industries. Always front and center as soon as you walk in is the Predator booth. They usually have challenge matches, and they're showing off their new gear. Not really that gear oriented this year. And then for the last 3 years, you'll see the next big booth over. This is the Jason Shaw Experience. Obviously last year Perry, this year Jay Flowers. Jason Shaw is always there, as well as playing, always there, pressing the flesh, talking to the fans, taking pictures, answering questions, challenge matches. And who's running the register? His wife. It's a family deal for him. All right, we're moving right along. And new booth this year. This is Q and Case / Lucasi. This is Savannah Easton, a young player. Here we got Longoni, Italian brand. And then another one of the majors, we got Q-Tech. And then, outside of the big names, what you'll see at the expo is a lot of, things for custom cue makers. A lot of exotic woods for sale. Obviously, you got your tip boots. Level 2J, this is his favorite carbon fiber shaft. I just got to point that out. And then we usually have onboard attached with Jason Shaw. And then you got your jam ups. That's usually attached to Predator. I guess there's a working relationship there. I'm just bouncing around real quick. I want to do a quick lap through here. So now I'm just cruising around. Here's the jam up booth. And what have we spotted? Viking cues, baby. I definitely want to see the new water cue before I purchase it. And that's where I'm going to go and talk to this fine young man. His name is Matt. He works in manufacturing for Viking.
Oh, no, I'm looking for...
How's it going, brother? I was hoping to get a look at that water cue. If you
yeah, of course you can. Yeah. You've seen the fire?
I'm sorry? I have the fire.
So yeah, it is more understated. That's kind of like try to play with the elements as well. The fire's in your face, it's aggressive.
Exactly.
The water's a little more calming.
They got that gold leaf on there that stands out.
So yeah, it's trying to mimic how those elements work too, right? So this is supposed to be the more calming, the more elegant, as opposed to the more in your face fire. And then we've got the air and the earth that are being designed by Paul at the minute. So,
and this is the Unilop radio also.
There's a Unilop radio in there as well. Yeah, absolutely. The same construction, following the work Paul did with us. He came into our plant, worked with us. We have him on the phone most weeks as well, like making sure that we're teaching him what we're learning. He's teaching us everything he knows, and
and that's going to be the same.
It's going to be the same on all of them. Yeah, absolutely.
But if I just get a video. I won't bore you guys with any more of our conversation. This is Matt. He works in the manufacturing side of Viking. Very knowledgeable guy, very animated, and loves Viking cues. And that's what you want. You want people that are putting stuff out there in the universe that they love doing. This guy's not going to work and hates his job. He loves it there, and he loves what he's doing, and that comes across in how he's describing the cue. So this is the new Paul Drexler water cue. which came out mid to late March, and it's on sale on Viking.com, but it's also they're also waiting to get it everywhere else. Okay, I just want to buzz real quick through this stuff. This is probably 75% of what Super Billiards Expo is all about. This is the Tap Rally in the Valley, the Tap Nationals. This is everybody's bar league from all over the country. Like Vegas does the APA stuff. I believe Tap is done in the East Coast here at Super Billiards Expo. But this is like football fields worth of bar box tables, and the parking lot is filled with trailers and tents, and these people are here all week for this stuff. This is how important this is to Tap League. So yeah, I'm just cruising through here. Like these guys are leagues, teams, individuals, from all over. That I don't know how the scoring goes in Tap League, but they progress through a playoff and everything here. A lot of the here's another part of the Expo Center that is filled with tables. You'll see a lot of these guys here. These guys that do tip repair, because obviously there's 4 days worth of league play and amateur play. Things happen. Tips pop off. Ferrules break. You need somebody to work on your cue, and that's where those guys, they probably make their year, just right during those 4 days. So here's some more of the Tap finals. It's just this is the first day. This is Thursday. Friday it gets hotter. Saturday it gets hotter. Sunday it kind of dies down, especially late afternoon, because these guys are finalizing. It's down to a few people left. A lot of people just want to get paid and get out of there. But yeah, this is massive amount of bar box tables, in the hundreds, probably even thousands. And look at and thanks to Diamond, because it's all Diamond tables. They're setting them up, tearing them down. Matter of fact, Diamond at one point they had a deal to where they were selling these used tables at a discount, and I think at one point they were selling like 9-footers for $5,000, and they'll drop them off and set them up for you. Outstanding. I'll take a used Diamond table any day of the week. Here's some more repair guys that just sell stuff, cases, cues. You never know what the hell you're gonna need. A lot of tip repair guys. These are cue chalk holders that dangle out of your pocket. More cue tip repairs. Like I said, these guys probably make their year nut in these 4 days. The hustling booth, always popular. People love hustling gear. I got some hustling gear. I love it. There's a young lady trying to flirt with me here. I'm very attractive, by the way.
Oh, no, thank you. I run hot as it is.
I got you. Have a good day.
Yeah, more stuff guys. These guys the guys that sell just stuff, kind of has like a swap meet feel to it, like a pool swap meet feel. Premier Billiards, another big booth. These guys that sell everything. Premier, and right around the corner here is Omega. All right, off to the right here is, like I said, is Omega. They're just like a billiard supply store like Cyberts and Premier Billiards. Very popular booth there. Some more independent guys, guys that just sell everything. Seen quite a bit of this stuff. I don't know if they're like field fillers, guys that are just there to fill stuff. They sell stuff, has nothing to do with pool. Maybe field fillers. Maybe they pay like everybody else. Okay, here back. We walked by here before. This is the McDermott booth. I like McDermott cues. They were in consideration when I went from Predator to Viking.
good American brand. Right back there is Rio, the tip master, navigator tips, some of the best tips you can get. That guy has his life work in tip making. More independent and custom cues. Straight ahead, those of you who've seen the Viking water and fire cue, this is the guy who designed them. This guy is Paul Drexler. I seen this guy, I was like, holy shit, that's Paul Drexler. Cue making Hall of Fame. This guy's work is unparalleled. He would definitely be on the Mount Rushmore of cue making. I was hoping to get a chance to have a little chat with him. I wanted to tell him how much I enjoy his work, and when I knew I was going to get that Viking fire cue and the water cue, and I really dug into who he was, and it was just very impressed with his body of work. And as you can see here, his cues are just amazing. He was bouncing between here and the Viking booth. There was always somebody with him. I never really got a chance to talk to him, but he heard me say, "Oh shit, Paul Drexler," and he kind of peeked up and smiled a little bit. So I was definitely happy to see a guy of his stature there. Paul Drexler in the flesh. Cruising right along. Here's the peach hour booth. You can see straight ahead, there's Tyler Steyer. And there's Superman Brian Pauly and the grinder April Larson. She's showing off her new line of peach hour cues. An independent case guy. Some of those cases are nice. Exotic leathers. More custom cues. These guys had some nice custom cues. They must have paid a fortune for that booth. More keelwood shafts. The new wave of the future. It's more guys that just sell stuff. Cues and balls and table markers of all kinds. Other case maker. And here's the back side of the peach hour booth. There you see Tyler Steyer, April Larson, David Alcady was in there quite a bit. He's showing off his new line of peach hour cues. Some more stuff sellers. Big thing over the past few years, these sublimated jerseys. They're comfortable as hell. They don't kick up any static to where you're getting zapped by the cloth when you rub it. How tips, Andy Cloth, two of the most popular billiard items there is. A couple of my uncles are into woodworking, and I wanted to bring them, just to show them this stuff. This is such a massive booth and a massive table every year. This is for custom cue makers. These guys can go pick up exotic woods, so they can make their cues throughout the year. I'm not even getting into what type of woods they are, but as you can see, they're all different. They're all exotic, bird's eye maples, sandalwood, whatever the hell, who knows? It's wood from a tree. Here we got Cohen cues. I zoomed in on that because I got a friend named Mike Cohen. Here's Darren Appleton's booth, Dynamite Billiards. Darren Appleton is with Tiger, so it's kind of some Darren Appleton swag mixed in with Tiger cues. Never really got a chance to get in there and look at some Tiger cues. I have seen Tiger cues in the past, and they are actually pretty awesome. I would put them a peg above the Jay Flowers. Okay, we're back at the Jay Flowers booth. As you can see, the line for Jason Shaw challenge matches is always long. He's the most popular booth by far here. But I just wanted to check out some. I wanted to talk to Jason briefly, but as you can see, it's crowded. But I also just wanted to check out some of the new Jay Flowers cues. I never really got to see a lot of Jay Flowers cues.
But here I wanted to see obviously Jason Shaw's line and Earl Strickland and Jeff DeLuna and all that. Not really any determination on which ones was his. Obviously, I think Jason Shaw's were the ones with these snake wraps here. But just looking at them, obviously they look beautiful and they're very striking. But from what I understand, these were just production cues with I don't know if that's a laminate over the wood, but I've heard some things that these weren't the best of cues, but which is kind of tough to say because they do pack a nice price point, but you get that type of lineup, obviously you're gonna have to fork out some bucks. Anyway, that's Jason Shaw and Jay Flowers. I'm cruising on over to the Predator booth. Predator's always pretty packed. There's normally a pro there, Jennifer Beretta. That used to be, her bread and butter. She was always there. But Predator kind of half the size this year. Didn't really see any pros here, and not really a lot of people hanging out here like normal. Here's some of the Predator cues. The repeat offenders. I think this is their, I want to say, throne line, and over to the right, that's their icon line. You're looking at, like, I want to say $2,000, $2,500 price points for those cues. Once again, magnificent looking cues, but much like the J Flowers, they're just straight up production cues. There's Viking off to the left, American made, handmade, my cue. And it's pretty much like this. It's just you're just dodging people like asteroid fields. Everybody, there's pool tables everywhere. Everybody's on a pool table playing. Like I said, this is like pool carnival Disneyland. It's Max Birdwatcher Studio. He got a really nice bump up this year. He did like the main painting for the Expo. Kamui booth. Bought some stuff from Kamui. I love Kamui. Love play with Kamui tips. Went back to using Roku chalk. They got these great stickers that go on your pool table. I bought some of those, and it actually looks awesome. I don't know if some of you guys seen it on my stories. But these places here, a lot of these are just minor cue makers. A lot of these places where they just sell stuff. Cues of all types, bags of all types, chalks, balls of all types. And as we cruise through here, you're going to see some smaller independent cue makers. Joss Cues, straight ahead, very famously made the Balabushka copy for The Color of Money. The cue that Tom Cruise used in the movie, they called it a Balabushka, but it was in fact a Joss N7 for those scoring at home. Here's some more, just random boots, random cue boots, just guys that acquire everything. One of the most popular boots here is Omega Billiards, Premier Billiards, just guys that sell everything. Because 75% of this is really amateur league, and these guys need stuff. They're here all week. They need chalks, they need tip repairs. You'll see a lot of tip repair places. Right here is Jersey Custom Cues. This is on Thursday. These cues look phenomenal. By Sunday, they were completely sold out. So obviously, they must make a hell of a cue and have a hell of a price because they were completely out of stock. Just look at them. They look great. But that's usually the thing with all these independent cue makers. They all have something that stands out and looks great. All right, going along. Here's some more smaller independent cue makers. Off to the left here, it's one of my favorite booths. You'll see Navigator Tips. That's Rio back there. He's the tip master. And here is McDermott, much like Viking, another U.S.-made independent, U.S.-made brand. That's Superman, Brian Pauly back there. Amazing artistic pool guy. Amazing trick shots he does. come back through here. This is, even though this is probably like 25% of the expo, it's still like a Walmart supercenter full of, pool stuff. Here off to the left is JP Shower, April Larson, David Alcady coming out with new lines. Also Tyler Steyer hanging up in that booth. Jerry Olivier, custom cues. These things are awesome. Look at the way that wood stands out, man. It's impressive. Bloodsworth Ball Cleaner. I talked to this guy a couple years ago. Manufactures these local. He'll drive to your house to drop one of these things off. It was pretty impressive, the lengths they were going through to sell stuff. Keelwood shafts. I talked about it in one of my shows. I think that's the flavor of the next few years in shaft making. We're in the carbon fiber phase. Next hot thing will be keelwood. Joe Witten Cues. Here's a guy that me and Level 2J interviewed last year. Great case maker. Took about had like an 11, 12 month backlog on his cases. That's how intricate they were made. But it seems like I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I don't know if he partnered with somebody else, and they're churning out the cues that are his style. They're just churning them out faster. I don't know, but I gotta dig deep into that. And here I'm going over to Meucci cues. Meucci cues. I play with a Meucci very briefly. Meucci makes an outstanding cue. You'll never see anything new. You'll never see anything different. They do what they do, and they do it real good. You're going to see like these gamblers or casino cues with the cards on the bottom. Bob Meucci, outstanding cue maker. I think he's aging a little bit now. I would assume all their stuff goes through them, but it's still really like a lot of the same stuff. You'll never see anything new and game changing. But like I said, what they do it extremely well. And if you buy a Meucci, you cannot go wrong with that cue. That is a tier, high level cue. Here we are, my favorite booth of the Expo, Magic Rack and Zen Custom Cues. Let's start with Magic Rack. My friend Roy, probably my longest, most used piece of pool equipment is Magic Rack. I very famously have used the original Magic Rack right there in black for over 10 years now. And all you World 9-Ball Tour fans should know that that 9-ball rack that they use at every event, that's Magic Rack and that's Roy's. Little Birdie told me that these are soon to be the official rack of all WNT events. Very happy about that. I got plenty of things to say about Matchroom and WNT, but now that I know that they went the Magic Rack route, that's one thing that I like that they're doing. Matter of fact, that's one thing I love that they're doing. Okay, guys, here they are, the star of the show for me, Zen Custom Cues. Once again, I want to thank Roy from Magic Rack and Anson from Zen for giving me the hospitality, bringing me back in the booth and let me show you guys all this magic. I'm going to shut my mouth for a second. Just look at the design and the intricacy of these cues. Fucking amazing. Even the joint protectors are better than half the Predator cues that are over 100 yards from here. Amazing, amazing stuff. 24 karat gold, silver, nickel, abalone, rare woods, exotic woods, anything you can think of. If you can dream it, they will build it for you. These guys show me their book, and
There's stock here. At the end of the week, every one of these cues was spoken for. And these are 20,000 cues, $22,000 American cues. Unbelievable. People know where to come when they want flashiness and good work and high-end custom stuff. Look at the work on these. I was joking with Anson back there. He handed me the $20,000 cue, and I was telling him it was like the scene from Kill Bill where Hattori Hanzo, the sword maker, is handing Uma Thurman, his life's work in those swords, and you got to hold it with respect because these are so high end and they're so beautiful. If I ever knock off a Brinks truck, I'm calling Anson. This is the one. This is the $22,000, or I think this is the $20,000 cue. They were letting people hit with this thing. I wouldn't let it out of my sight. Look at the work on this thing. Anson was saying they take 6 months to make on the average. Unbelievable. Zen tips. Obviously, if they're doing cues right, they're going to be doing everything else right too. There's their website, zencustomcuehongkong.com. Amazing, amazing stuff. I'm so thankful for Roy for turning me on to this. Impressive work, guys. I was blown away. Even my father, who doesn't give a shit about pool, was completely blown away with these cues.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. Hopefully everything wasn't too shaky and came out clear and everything, and you understood the process and everything that's going on. Once again, I want to thank Roy from Magic Rack and Zen Custom Cues. Like I said, those are the highlights for me. I enjoyed that booth so much. I love Roy's product, but then getting to seeing that Zen Custom Cues and how intricate those are and how just mind-blowingly, amazing, beautiful those things are. It really puts you in perspective of what's out there. Like you think you're playing with an expensive cue, $1,000, $2,000 cue, and you're at the height of the game. They take it up a notch and then some. So shout out to Anson and Zen Custom Cues, Roy of Magic Rack. Also, I spent some time in the Viking booth, Viking 6060. I remember talking to Matt, was the first guy I talked to. He was very helpful. He showed me the new Paul Drexler water cue. Once again, thank you for these guys, and thank you for the guys that came up to me. I'm not gonna. I like the personal interaction, so I'm not gonna share any names or whatnot. But a few people who stopped me and said, "Hey, Gangster at Pool, look, it's I'm not doing this for the fame. I'm just an average Joe like everybody else." But that was cool, and that meant a lot. The interactions that we had, and I may look like a thug and a jerk off, but I'm very personable, and I love meeting people. I love chit chatting, and especially in a pool setting like that, I love talking pool. So thank you to those people. That's about it. Until the next time, I'm out.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.